The Center for Family Involvement is located at the Partnership for People with Disabilities at Virginia Commonwealth University. This is an overview of our program. Since 1985, the Partnership for People with Disabilities at Virginia Commonwealth University has been providing training and technical assistance to individuals, families, and professionals on best practice in supporting people with developmental disabilities. The partnership is one of 67 UCEDs, a University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities, in the United States. A UCED is part of the Federal Congressional Developmental Disabilities Act, and part of that act establishes a stream of money that comes to every state. The purpose of a UCED is to assist, develop, and demonstrate best practice models, as well as research how to support people with disabilities and their families. The partnership employs over 100 staff. Approximately 40% of our employees are parents or individuals with disabilities, giving us a unique perspective on best practice as it relates to disabilities. Our organization operates approximately 35 key initiatives or projects which can be categorized into 4 program areas. Community living, to help provide opportunities for people with disabilities, family members, and professionals to work together to enhance collaboration, learn from each other, and improve outcomes. Early childhood, early intervention, to support the development of infants and toddlers with developmental delays, makes a difference in the lives of young children and their families. To support the education of children and youth with disabilities so they receive services and resources needed to excel in their homes, school, and communities. Health, with a commitment to implementing projects and activities that support the training of healthcare and related professionals and paraprofessionals in interdisciplinary settings. Some of the key initiatives of the partnership include professional development for early intervention providers and early childhood professionals. The partnership developed a training curriculum that is currently utilized across the state of Virginia to train early interventionists who provide supports and services under Part C of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. ACID in College is a fully inclusive college experience for students with intellectual or developmental disabilities. It is a collaboration between the VCU School of Education's Rehabilitation Research and Training Center and the partnership. Another program that is operated out of the Partnership for People with Disabilities is the Center for Person-Centered Practices. Its purpose is to promote the use of person-centered practices among people with disabilities and older adults, their families, and supporters in order to create positive change in their own lives, communities, and organizations. TTAC stands for Training and Technical Assistance Center. There are currently 7 TTACs around the state located at the following universities: William and Mary, Old Dominion University, James Madison University, George Mason University, Radford, Virginia Tech, and Virginia Commonwealth University. The VCU TTAC is housed at the Partnership for People with Disabilities. TTACs are specialty centers designed to improve educational opportunities and contribute to the success of children and youth with disabilities, ages birth to 22. And of course, the Center for Family Involvement is another key initiative at the partnership, for which you have applied to become a family navigator. These are only a few of the key initiatives at the partnership. To learn more about all of our initiatives, please visit our website and click on the Programs tab. The partnership has been involved in parent-to-parent support and family support systems change activities since 1985. In 2005, all of our work moved under one umbrella, the Center for Family Involvement. Our mission is simple. The Center for Family Involvement works with families to increase their skills as advocates, mentors, and leaders so families, children, and young adults with disabilities can lead the lives they want. Our vision is that every family of a person with a disability, together with the professionals who work with them, embraces the family's role in improving the lives of people with disabilities. Families become advocates who speak with and for their family members with disabilities. mentors who use what they have learned to help others, and leaders who make possible a better life for those who follow. What does family engagement mean? It means enhancing connections within families, between families, their community, and the systems that serve them in an effort to increase positive outcomes for children with disabilities and special health care needs. The process of becoming engaged and involved in your child's life will ensure that they have great outcomes in the area of academics, social skills, and emotional well-being. We know through research that families who are engaged have children who will perform better in all areas. When the child performs better, the parents have higher expectations. When a parent has high expectations for their child, the child's performance continues to increase, and so on. We want to share a quote with you. As parents, we can be looked at as the ones with the most needs. Sometimes we can be the star of the show, other times the showstopper. Some of us might look back at previous experiences specific to advocating for our children. Perhaps you often wonder if you had made different choices, would there have been a better outcome for your child? Or perhaps you often think about what you've learned from your former mistakes. As parents, we all question ourselves at one time or another. Sometimes our emotions get the best of us. IEP meetings can be intimidating and overwhelming. All of us at the Center for Family Involvement have been through these same experiences. As a family navigator, you are there to assist parents identify their options and make decisions that are best for their family. Let's talk more about family engagement. As parents of children with disabilities, we often find ourselves at different stages or levels of involvement and engagement. The first level that all of us experience is the personal level. At this stage, we are seeking and finding information and support on how to advocate for our child. During the journey of parenting a child with a disability, sometimes we find ourselves struggling to get through the day. Many of the families that we support are at this level or stage. As a family navigator, you may find yourself listening to a parent as they try to process their feelings. Perhaps you are providing emotional support, helping them think through their options, and using words of encouragement. Here is a video of Dana Yarborough, whose adult daughter Brooke was born at 28 weeks with multiple disabilities, describing how complicated the personal level of family engagement can be and how important our support is at this time.
And so for us, just getting access to information and just trying to make sense of, there was no book that came with Brooke that said, welcome to developmental disabilities. This is step one. This is what's going to happen. We didn't get any of that. It was like that famous story that's out about Welcome to Holland. We thought we were going on a plane to Italy, and we went on a plane and we ended up in Holland, and we didn't speak the language. We didn't know what was happening. We couldn't appreciate the beauty of Holland because we really thought we were going to Italy. And so this was a level that we stayed in for a while, just that personal level. My husband probably has really only ever been at that level. It's just not an interest of his to do the other levels, and some people don't either. But that personal level is where a lot of the families that you're going to be supporting as a navigator will be. It is just getting that emotional support, helping them, listening to them when they cry, helping them just think through a few options.
Let's go back to identifying levels of family engagement. At the other supporting levels, we are at the point in our parenting journey where we feel the need to give back to others or pay it forward. Perhaps we are reflecting on what we have learned and the parts of our advocacy that have been more challenging. We think about how things might have been easier if we had had the right information, or if someone else understood our frustrations, our fears, and our concerns. The fact that you have chosen to become a family navigator is an example of the supporting others level. Many of you might be motivated to volunteer for us so that another family doesn't have to go through what you experienced alone, and for that, we are very grateful. A smaller group of parents move on to the systems level change. At this level of support, parents are getting involved in their communities and becoming part of organizations that contribute to advocacy on a large scale. Parents at this level are involved in organizations such as the ARC. Perhaps you sit on your local Special Education Advisory Council. Maybe you're even a graduate of the Partners in Policymaking program. However you choose to get involved, your efforts, no doubt, benefit many other parents who are just getting started on their journey. Through a team of 24 people with disabilities, parents and family members, and with the help from volunteer family navigators and from the Partnership for People with Disabilities, we provide family engagement support to a number of state agencies, such as the Virginia Departments of Education, Behavioral Health and Developmental Services, and Health. We also serve as Virginia's federally funded Family-to-Family Health Information Center. The funding that we receive allows us to have an administrative structure in place to support families in their roles as advocates, mentors, and leaders. Our grants allow us to build a statewide family-to-family network to assist families in their efforts to obtain needed information, supports, and services, and to become leaders in policy development. And lastly, our funding allows us to work collaboratively with state and local agencies and organizations to build capacity for family involvement and family expectations for a life of inclusion in the community with their child with disabilities. To address all three levels of engaging families, our work is broken into two types of support: direct support to families and indirect support to families. Let's talk first about direct support. The Family-to-Family Network of Virginia is divided into 6 regions. Those regions are Northern Virginia, Blue Ridge, Southwest Virginia, Central Virginia, Tidewater Northern Neck, and Hampton Roads. The CFI has 22 staff spread throughout the state. Each region has one regional network coordinator responsible for coordinating the family-to-family work in that particular region of the state. On this map, the regional network coordinators are represented by red stars. The blue stars denote our cultural brokers to Asian, refugee, Arabic, African American, and Latino communities. The green stars denote our disability-specific liaisons for mental health, blind and visually impaired, deaf or hard of hearing, rural outreach, and aging older adult communities. We are Virginia's federally funded Family-to-Family Health Information Center and are located within Virginia's University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities, or UCED, at Virginia Commonwealth University. Our network has trained over 380 volunteers since 2009. We call them family navigators. You might be curious about the number of families, professionals, and people with disability that CFI supports. Globally, we serve about 900 families each year with intensive one-to-one support and another 6,000 families and professionals through education event or information and referral, known as I&R. We participate in and host close to 200 events each year and distribute more than 18,000 products annually to families and educators, healthcare workers, and other community-based professionals. We support families from a variety of cultural backgrounds. Last year, we provided training to 6,483 parents and 3,161 professionals. Our staff attended 155 community events and disseminated 17,227 products. Families reach out to the CFI for a variety of reasons, but here are our top 3 requests. 1. Navigating accessing systems, disability-specific resources, support groups, behavior supports, evaluations, recreational ideas. 2. Partnering with professionals, leadership, cultural brokering, collaboration at planning table. 3. Transition, guardianship, employment, college, independent living. We support children with a variety of diverse needs. You can see from this data that many of the families we support have children with autism. Because our staff and volunteers possess a wealth of knowledge and experience across a broad range of disabilities, we are able to provide support to a varied number of children and their families. Our staff collect this type of information so that we can identify areas of need as well as trends in support so that we may respond accordingly in terms of information and resources. Now that we have summarized the direct support that we provide to families, let's talk about the indirect support that we provide. As you can see from this graphic, the Center for Family Involvement implements a variety of programs. The Family to Family Network of Virginia provides the one-to-one support offered in our Parent Matching Program. This is the program for which you, as a family navigator, will be volunteering, and we are so happy that you will be a part of our team. CFI supports a variety of programs that help parents become mentors, encourages adults with disabilities to advocate for themselves, and promotes collaboration with community resources. You will learn more about all of these projects during the Family Navigator training. Additionally, we will provide a Family Navigator toolkit, which will include several of our products and brochures specific to the CFI programs you see identified on this slide. This concludes the overview of the Center for Family Involvement. Thank you so much for participating, and we look forward to you joining our team.